Right now, as we expect Governor Evers to issue a stay-at-home order today, we're taking a look at what that means for victims of domestic violence.
And unemployment numbers here in Wisconsin are on the rise amid mass layoffs. We're looking more into how government officials are responding.
And it's a cloudy start this Tuesday morning across southern Wisconsin, but our forecast is dry. I'll talk about that next chance for rain in just a few minutes.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, folks, and thanks for joining us on your Tuesday, March 24th. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Susan Simon.
And I'm Josh Spreiter. Thanks for joining us. We're continuing to bring you the latest updates to the coronavirus pandemic this morning. There are now more than 446,000 cases of the coronavirus here in the U.S. 426 of those cases are here in Wisconsin. As the number of cases in our state continue to grow, Governor Evers will be issuing a stay-at-home order today, including the closure for all non-essential businesses. That move comes as part of his Safer at Home initiative. Governor Evers says the intention is to keep people home whenever possible and continue practicing social distancing. Right now, we know that grocery stores and pharmacies will stay open. The governor's legal counsel also said restaurant orders should be similar to what they are right now. Other details will be released later today. Now, this has been frustrating for legislative leaders who say they weren't part of this discussion. In a joint statement, Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos and Republican Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald said, quote, "The governor's sudden change of course and lack of specific guidance have increased the level of uncertainty and anxiety in our state. The people of Wisconsin deserve clear communications during a public health emergency." Safer at Home is meant to keep everyone safe from the coronavirus.
But for people in abusive relationships, home is often anything but safe.
There is a lot of stress and strain right now, and our Keely Arthur is live from Domestic Abuse Intervention Services on the city's Near East Side to share why shelter officials say, sadly, Keely, they expect abuse to rise.
That's absolutely right, Susan. So in Wisconsin, we're seeing a lot of establishments shut down today because of the governor's orders. Well, Days Domestic Abuse Intervention Services is ramping up their services. That's because they expect to see a surge in demand. They say that simply because when times get really tough, abuse goes up. To give you some context, back during the recession of 08, 09, in that 1 year span, Days saw a 108% increase in their calls for service, and that was during a financial crisis, throw in a pandemic, and you kind of have a recipe for disaster.
And then when you add on the fact that we're dealing with, people being told to stay at home and not being able to work, being able to send kids to school, and that can just kind of create a pressure cooker for families, right? And when you have domestic violence in the situation, it can definitely increase danger for folks as that strain of all being together all the time increases, and victims not being able to find privacy or take steps that they may normally have taken in order to find safety and exit the situation.
So Days offers a wide array of crisis intervention and prevention programs, including a 24-hour helpline and a shelter, all of which are staying open during this pandemic. But unfortunately for shelters in other parts of our state, that isn't the case. Those are places that are strapped with personnel limitations and financial limitations when things are going normal in the world. Of course, that's not the case. So the reality is that some of those shelters will shut down. There are still ways that people can get help, though. We're going to explain those in the next half hour.
That is a vitally important safety net that we are very lucky to have in our community. Thank you, Keely.
6:03 now. The Department of Workforce Development is reporting about a dozen recent mass layoffs throughout the state. That includes 120 employees at the Park Hotel in downtown Madison. According to Department Secretary Caleb Frostman, upwards of 19,000 calls flooded the system in just the first 15 minutes they were open Monday. Frostman says the call center will be open again this morning, but those applying for unemployment should try and do so online before calling in.
We've been let go either due to COVID reasons, if a company is shut down or slowed production, and folks have been laid off without cause, then unemployment insurance could be an option for you.
According to Frostman, the Unemployment Trust Fund has around $2 billion in it, and how long that lasts will depend on the length of the pandemic and how many people apply. He says if it does run out, it's possible the federal government could step in.
Mercy Health says it is temporarily furloughing some workers. It will impact employees who are not providing direct patient care and those who provide services that can be delayed. The furlough is expected to last, hopefully, only a few weeks. Mercy Health would not say how many workers are affected.
CVS pharmacies will stay open, and they're looking to fill 50,000 immediate openings with people furloughed from the hotel industry. All of the newly hired employees will have access to child and elder care services, as well as 24 hours of paid sick leave for part-timers. That's in addition to a 14-day paid leave for anyone testing positive for coronavirus. The pharmacy is hiring for part-time, full-time, and temporary positions. Papa John's says it's also looking to add some 20,000 employees to meet an increased demand for delivered food. They're looking for restaurant jobs, delivery drivers, and more. Some locations say you can apply, interview, and start all in the same day.
Meanwhile, Hy-Vee says it's suspending return, refund, and rain check policies for the time being. The store is no longer accepting returns on non-perishable items unless the item is defective. Returns on fresh products can be exchanged for a new product. Hy-Vee has also stopped issuing rain checks for products that are out of stock. The world's largest spirit manufacturer is trying to put its product in front to help with the increased demand for cleaning products. Diageo, the maker of Smirnoff and Guinness, among others, has pledged to donate enough alcohol to make 8 million bottles of hand sanitizer. The 96% strength alcohol, wow, that'll grow hair on your chest, will be distributed to businesses across the world that are making sanitizer. Tito's Vodka also announced via Twitter that it's focused on producing 24 tons of hand sanitizer with its vodka. And Anheuser-Busch also plans to work with the Red Cross to make and distribute hand sanitizer.
Neat to see everybody step up.
Whatever works, yep.
All right, speaking of spirits, Hattie's trying to keep ours up despite a foggy start to our Tuesday, right, Had?
Yeah, a little foggy, a little cloudy this morning. You can see on Weather Track we have a low blanket of clouds across the entire area. What you're not seeing here is any holes in that cloud cover. It's also dry across southern Wisconsin. Here's a look at Doppler Track. We'll widen it out quite a bit to the Midwest perspective and show you that there are some showers and thunderstorms well to our south this morning. The movement on these is to the east. That'll be the track of the storms for the next day or so. So that keeps us pretty dry here across southern Wisconsin. Our next weather maker is on the map, though, to the west. It's this area of low pressure in Canada with a cold front through Montana. That will work its way towards the east. You can see a few showers developing ahead of the warm front. I think our next best chance for rain, though, will hold off until late on Wednesday. So we have a couple of dry days in the forecast. In fact, here are the rain chances. Looking at Wednesday, through the morning hours dry. It really ramps up after 6 p.m. and after dark by around midnight with some rain expected here across southern Wisconsin. So you should be able to get outside and enjoy those milder temperatures tomorrow. Here's a look at your future track forecast model. Southerly winds on Wednesday. This is Wednesday at 9:30 in the morning. Those south winds boosting temperatures a little bit. We may start with some sunshine. Clouds will fill in, though, for the rest of the day with that rain moving in late. For us, it should be mild enough that the precipitation will fall as all rain. In the Northwoods, there may be some snowflakes. A break from the precipitation Thursday morning, but then some light rain returns late in the day on Thursday. And then yet another storm system for Friday brings that wet weather back into southern Wisconsin Friday into the upcoming weekend. So here's a look at your total precipitation through the rest of this week. We'll stop it at midnight Friday night. We're looking at a quarter to about a ½ an inch of rain here in the Madison area. Slightly higher amounts, though, to the north, with up closer to an inch possible across parts of central Wisconsin. Your extended forecast, take a look at tomorrow's high, 57 degrees. That'll feel nice. We're close to 50 today. We're then back to around 50 for the end of the week and the upcoming weekend. Pretty hard to ignore that extended forecast, though. Thank goodness we do a 10-day forecast because it gives us a little hope. Highs in the 60s with some sunshine.
Yeah, it's definitely not like a car wash forecast to start off with, but at the end of that 10 days, it's looking promising.
That is
We need to explain this to Susan. Josh is always trying to wash his car.
I need to have a clean car. It's my thing. Leah does not.
No, I haven't washed my car in 6 months.
Oh, I'll show you mine.
Hattie, thank you.
Thank you, Hattie. Paul Aguero of Lake Mills is a full-time photographer, and his business has taken a hit from the COVID-19 pandemic. But he is keeping up his passion in a beautiful way. He's working on a project called Portraits in the Time of Corona. He's following social distancing rules of standing more than 6 feet away from his subjects, but he's asking people to stand on their front porch or behind the front windows of their homes while he takes their pictures. Oh, this story is going to make me cry. Isn't this beautiful?
It is.
To learn more about his project, head to our website, channel3000.com.
More good news here. Many teachers around the country and state are adjusting to days without seeing their students, but one local Madison school decided to try and boost their students' moods. Check this out. Staff from Chavez Elementary School are taking time to see their students outside of class. The staff formed a special teacher parade driving through the neighborhoods where their students live. Students and parents were encouraged to step outside and wave hello.
And we just thought, what a fun way to be able to say hi to our students and reach out to them and show them that we love them and care for them since they can't see us in person. And we just thought this would be a great way to lift their spirits and say hello.
Now, the parade lasted for more than 2 hours as teachers drove through the streets in Madison. I love that. All right, 6:10 right now. From the First Warn Traffic Center, let's take a closer look at the roads this morning. We're seeing a few delays pop up near downtown Madison. Also, the typical delays on Stoughton Road all the way up to Highway 30. Looking out now to Dane County, a couple delays popping up near Mount Hoard and Fitchburg as you head into the city. And a closer look at Rock County. We are seeing a few delays popping up on Highway 151 between Rock and Beloit, and also on the interstate heading east towards the Milwaukee area. And as we take a live look at our current roads this morning, it's going to take you around 25 minutes to get from Janesville to the Beltline. And as we look forward here, I think there's going to be good news, really. I mean, the only good news in people staying home is there's no real issues on the roads. So
I haven't driven my car. I mean, when I was under quarantine for like 2 weeks.
yeah.
Saving a lot of money.
I'm putting like no miles on, and gas prices are cheap, so it's like.
And you're keeping your car clean.
Yeah, well, not right now. Probably
Yeah,
clean for your stay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, 6:11 right now. Some coronavirus restrictions are coming to an end in China this morning as they see a decrease in the number infected. We'll have the latest on this developing story just ahead.
And the spread of COVID-19 is bringing new delays to a government program that was scheduled to take effect later this year. How that's going to impact you, that's next on News 3 Now this morning.
The Our Home is the training ground for her dreams policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering Chevy owners complimentary OnStar Crisis Assist services and Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home. It's just our way of doing our part.
In times times of uncertainty, communities come together. For years, we've had the privilege of helping our communities see more clearly. Your health and safety is our highest priority. We'll be temporarily suspending retail store operations. Visit imartexpress.com for updates.
My mom was a bank teller, but her hands were so crippled by arthritis she could no longer do her job. She applied for Social Security disability benefits. Like most people, my mom was denied. I'm attorney Don Becker. Don't be embarrassed and don't give up. My mom appealed. You can too. Disability law is all we do.
Call the Becker Law Office, 1-800-254-7766.
During these tough times, all of us at News 3 Now would like to thank every one of the doctors, nurses, medical staff, and first responders throughout our community.
Please know that your efforts are recognized and greatly appreciated.
Welcome back at 6:15. We're following breaking news this morning as China says they are ending their lockdown in most of the Hubei province. That province is home to the city of Wuhan, which is where the coronavirus is believed to have originated. For the first time since January, people will be cleared to leave the area starting at midnight Tuesday, which is just under 6 hours away there. The decision to lift the lockdown comes as no new cases have been reported in that province for more than a week. Wuhan, however, will remain under lockdown until April 8th. Also breaking this morning, President Trump says the deadline for the Real ID will be delayed because of the COVID-19 outbreak. Under the Real ID law, travelers would need the enhanced license by October 1st to board a domestic flight. The president says that deadline will now be moved to follow social distancing guidelines and avoid crowds at the DMV. Governors and lawmakers have been pushing for a delay since many states are having trouble processing requests during this outbreak. The new deadline will be announced in the coming days.
Major airlines are preparing for a potential shutdown for nearly all passenger flights across the country. MarketWatch reports that shutdown could be voluntary, though federal agencies are considering ordering the move as well. No final decisions have been made yet, though reductions in flights do continue to happen. TSA says passenger traffic is down 80% from this time last year.
It's 6:16 right now. Hattie is watching the weather this morning. Is that fog lightening up at all, Hattie, or not so much?
Not so much. We don't have much of a view from our WIC-TV sky camera shot. The clouds are just a little bit above ground level, though, so we're not seeing the reduced visibility that you might expect when you see a view like that. Visibility at the surface is still around 5 miles here in Madison. It has dropped to 2.5 miles, though, in Mineral Point. So there's just a lot of low-level cloudiness in the atmosphere this morning. Where temperatures are in the mid to upper 30s, though. At least those clouds act like a blanket for us at night and keep us a little warmer. 38 right now in Madison, 36 in Janesville and Platteville, and 35 in the Dells. Temperatures are above freezing in all locations, so we don't have to worry about any freezing fog this morning. Temperatures will climb into the upper 40s later on this afternoon. Those clouds are going to stay put today, but it's going to be a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll take a closer look at that extended forecast, and this might give you a hint. I think you're going to like the temperatures.
Some happy news there. All right. Thank you, Hattie. 6:17 now. The 2020 Olympic Games can now be added to the growing list of events being delayed by the coronavirus pandemic. That decision was made Monday after a weekend of serious talks by International Olympic Committee members, as well as calls from athletes to postpone. The Games were set to start on July 24th in Tokyo. An official says the Games will likely be moved to 2021, with details to be worked out over the next couple of weeks. Also on that list of delays, Milwaukee's Summerfest. The annual festival was scheduled to start June 24th. It's now going to be moved to the first 3 weekends in September. All tickets purchased will be honored for the rescheduled dates, though right now it's unclear whether some of this year's headliners, like Justin Bieber and Luke Bryan, will be able to perform on those new dates.
As UW-Madison seniors finish their final year in college from home, they're receiving, unfortunately, some more sad news about the state of graduation.
I'm sorry to announce we've made the very difficult decision to postpone our spring commencement ceremonies at Camp Randall and the Cole Center. Graduation celebrations in our schools, colleges, departments, and campus organizations also will not take place in May.
Chancellor Rebecca Blank says the university will develop a virtual commencement that will be posted online Friday, May 8th for the graduates to watch. Leaders are also working to set up an in-person event for anyone to attend, but of course that won't be until the public health crisis has ended. Campus is still working on the logistics of all of this, on how students will receive their diplomas. Boy, such a hard year for college seniors and high school seniors too.
It is. Your heart breaks for them.
Yeah, it really does. Schools in the UW system are preparing to open their campuses to coronavirus patients. The move comes at the request of the Department of Health Services in case hospitals would need help housing patients. Chancellor Andy Levitt says UW Oshkosh has been selected as a potential location to house those infected.
We are here to support the local hospitals, and in case that there were overflow from our local medical facilities, we'd be housing the more mild cases of people who might be ill or also people who need to be put into quarantine.
The rooms are being cleaned and prepared should they be needed. In addition to UW Oshkosh, UW Madison and UW Milwaukee have also been asked to help in this effort.
20 minutes past 6 o'clock on this Tuesday. Are we ready for some good, happy news today?
I think we are.
News. All right, so as kids are spending more time at home, we are going to be talking about a new challenge that will help fill their time and also help some parents, I'm hoping, too, and give back to some local businesses.
Good. Win-win all the way around. And then coming up in our next half hour, as we prepare for a statewide stay-at-home order today, the mayor of Milwaukee has his own plans for that city. We'll have the latest on the new restrictions when News 3 Now this morning continues. It's 6:20. We'll be right back.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Upland Hills Health in Dodgeville.
If you want your company vehicle noticed, wrap it right with vehicle graphics and wraps from Monarch Media Designs. We are a 3M certified graphics installation company, which means you're getting the best installers, the best materials, the best vehicle wraps. Monarch Media Designs. To see how your business can get noticed, visit our online gallery at monarchworld.com.
These days, it's hard to tell the difference between judges and politicians. I'm Jill Karofsky. I'm running for the Supreme Court to stop corruption.
Jill Karofsky, mother of two, prosecutor, trial court judge.
On the Supreme Court, I'll make decisions based on the law and its impact on real people, not corporate donors.
Jill is supported by law enforcement across Wisconsin for her record as a tough, fair, independent judge. Jill Karofsky for Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Here at Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that your lawn should be a place where memories are made, a source of pride, relaxation, and fun for the whole family. That's why we proudly offer a child and pet-friendly program, so you can enjoy a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn without sacrificing peace of mind.
Our program offers effective, targeted weed control, and our golf course quality fertilizer creates a beautiful outdoor space. Don't your kids and grandkids deserve a Weedman lawn? Trust the lawn care experts. Trust Weedman.
At Hy-Vee, we're doing everything we can to make your life easier, healthier, and happier, and save you money with this week's Hy-Vee hot deals. Red seedless grapes, just 98 cents a pound. Buckley Farms frozen boneless, skinless chicken breasts, only $4.97. Jimmy Dean bacon, just $1.99. And Hy-Vee natural cheese slices, 2 for only $5. Continue to count on low prices, hot deals, and more, only at Hy-Vee.
This scares a lot of people, as it should. Cleaning gutters is not just a messy chore, but a dangerous one. I'm Andy, and I install Leaf Guard gutters. They're covered, one piece, and do not have to be cleaned out, ever. And you never climb up and down this ladder again. Good deal?
Toyota's family stretches to every corner of this country, so you can trust us to be here for you as we remain committed to supporting our community. Because the Toyota family is stronger together. This is our pledge. We are here for you now and in all the better days ahead. Toyota.
are giving you a peek of a prettier time, a little simpler time, I think. Tom sent this picture in of Ferry Bluff Park near Sauk City.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that beautiful?
All times of the year, we'll take whatever you got.
Why
just
not?
To exhale a little bit in the morning. It's
Puts
beautiful.
us in a different place,
Definitely.
for sure. Thanks for sending that in, Tom.
Well, since your kids have a little or maybe a lot of extra time on their hands right now, we're introducing a new daily challenge that will give you and your family something to do every day. We're calling it the Stuck at Home Challenge.
I like that.
Isn't that a good idea? Every morning here on News 3 Now, we're going to share a new task for you and your family to complete every day. Once you're done, you can go to channel3000.com and send us a picture of your finished submission.
We're also using this challenge, though, as an opportunity to support the community. So what we'll do is we'll choose a winner from each challenge based on the pictures that we get on our website, and the winner of that day's challenge will then get a gift card to use at one of our favorite local businesses.
Cool.
All right, are we ready? Let's go. It's time to talk about today's challenge. For this one, you're going to need all the pillows, blankets, and couch cushions you've got at home. We're looking for who can build the best pillow fort. Once you've got it all built, all you have to do is head to our website and submit that photo, and we'll pick out our favorite tomorrow morning. This is going to be so much fun to see.
This is going to be fun.
Love
Can
it.
we do it too? Can we participate?
Seriously.
I don't think we can win, but Zach and I could make a mean fort. How about your son, Matthew?
Oh yeah, my son could probably do that too. He's doing the online classes at UW, but he's at home. And yesterday when I got home after the show, I walked in the door and I heard him say, "I just can't do it anymore."
On day one.
Day one.
I'm like, honey, it's day one of online classes.
Oh, buddy, it's going to be a long semester.
Well, maybe he'd like to build a pillow fort. That might get a little of his
Take a break.
energy out.
Creativity, a lesson in creativity.
I can't wait to see these pictures, though, folks. So make sure you send them in with your kids. That's going to be really fun.
I know. Kudos to all those kids that pick up that fort when they're done, too. That would be extra credit. Here's a live look from the Edgewater Sky Cam downtown Madison. You can definitely see there is a little bit of fog in the area. Visibility is still 5 miles here in Madison, but it has dropped to just over a mile in Mineral Point. Here's our pet walk forecast for today. Look at these sweeties, Allie and Badger. Oh, so cute. No sunshine today, mostly cloudy skies. High temperatures, though, should at least be in the upper 40s. That extended outlook has highs in the 60s.
Stay with us. News 3 Now this morning is back after the break on this foggy Tuesday.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering Chevy owners complimentary OnStar Crisis Assist services and Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home. It's just our way of doing our part.
At US Cellular, we're building a powerful new 5G network that breaks down barriers. Because it's only fair that you get uninterrupted service, so you can work without obstacles and stream without disruptions. 5G, now available in Wisconsin. Unlimited data starts at $30 a month. It's the best value in wireless. Switch today for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular. Choose fair.
I've always had jobs centered on helping people, but now with a nursing degree from Herzing University, I've made it a career.
Having a job was one thing, but having a career, to me, that meant something completely different. With a little hard work and a degree from Herzing University, anything is possible.
I'm possible at Herzing. It's time to spring forward and embrace the longer, brighter days ahead. It's also the time to get your home improvement projects going with 33% off windows, siding, and doors at Feldco. Plus, no interest until 2021. Kickstart your season, save some serious cash, and let the good times roll. Feldco, improving lives, one home at a time.
33% off ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Big insurance companies often use their size to take advantage of injured people making a claim. At Havish, Havish & Rotier, we don't think this is fair. So we've built our personal injury law practice to do everything possible to level the playing field. Because it shouldn't be about who's the biggest. It should be about what's right. Habish and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Coming together makes us stronger. And Ford is built to lend a hand, especially now, with 6-month payment relief. Buy a new Ford. We'll defer 3 payments and make 3 payments for peace of mind up to 6 months. Shop at Ford.com or contact your Ford dealer to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. You have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you.
It's not something I wanted to do, and it's not something I take lightly.
A safer at home order will be issued today for all of Wisconsin. We'll tell you what that means for you and your family.
And low clouds and a little bit of fog in the area this morning, but will you need your umbrella? I'll have the answer in just a few minutes.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Hello, everybody. Good to have you with us on this Tuesday morning. It is March 24th, and today is going to be a day of potentially significant developments regarding the current situation. So you're going to want to be paying attention to the news today.
Yeah, we want to get right to the latest on that this morning. With at least 426 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in Wisconsin, Governor Evers says a safer at home order will now go into place today. Now, to limit the spread of the virus in Wisconsin, he plans on releasing more details later today, but here's what we know right now. You're expected to stay home and limit your interactions to the same people. Governor Evers says shrinking your circle of interactions will help slow the spread of the coronavirus. This means no sleepovers, play dates, or dinner parties. Now, this doesn't mean you can't go outside at all. You'll still be able to take a walk or a run as long as you don't stop at shared spaces like parks or shelters. And you can still go to the grocery store and pharmacy, and even your doctor if it's an urgent visit. Those of you who work in essential services will still be allowed to travel to and from work, including healthcare workers, grocers, and family caregivers. This is not an all-inclusive list. The governor is expected to specify who is included in this later today. Everyone else is still allowed to work from home, but those specifications should be left up to your bosses. He said this wasn't an easy decision to make, but it's one that public health experts say is important.
Issuing a safer at home order isn't something I thought we'd have to do. It's not something I wanted to do, and it's not something I take lightly. We're all in this together, and we need to help stop the spread of COVID-19.
The governor is also reminding everyone to continue practicing social distancing for this, quote, all hands on deck approach.
Milwaukee isn't waiting for the governor's order to go into place. Mayor Tom Barrett issued a stay-at-home order for his city yesterday, noting there needs to be stricter quarantine measures to slow the spread of COVID-19.
We got reports over the weekend of people congregating around liquor stores or bars or restaurants, and that's exactly what we don't want to see happen.
Again, folks can still go to the grocery store, the doctor's office, or outside for exercise. As of this morning, the city of Milwaukee has seen at least 157 cases of coronavirus.
When Wisconsin joins the growing list of states implementing stay-at-home orders today, more than 40% of the U.S. population will be affected. 16 other states, including Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, are already under these orders. Other states like Maryland, Nevada, Virginia, and Kentucky are not officially implementing stay-at-home orders, but they're instead ordering all non-essential businesses to close.
Despite another blocked vote on a stimulus package on Capitol Hill, Senate Democrats and the Trump administration say they are close to a deal. Democrats blocked the bill for the second time yesterday, saying too much aid was going to large corporations and not the people who need it the most. Politico reports, however, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer do expect to have the final agreement in place this morning. The nearly $2 trillion stimulus package is the third part of a series of legislative responses to the coronavirus.
The Democratic National Committee insists that its convention coming up this July in Milwaukee will go forward as planned. The DNC's communications director tells Politico there are no plans to cancel the convention and that there are contingency plans in place. Planned walkthroughs of the convention site have been delayed and several staffers are working from home. A DNC member from California tells Politico it is, quote, full speed ahead until someone yells iceberg.
6:33, Miss Hattie McLean here now with our first warn weather. Hi, Hattie.
Good morning, Leah. Take a live look from the Edgewater Sky Cam. We're having a little bit more difficulty seeing the dome of the Capitol this morning, so lots of low clouds as well as some fog in the area. Here's a look at current visibility across the region. 5 miles still in Madison, but just over a mile in Mineral Point. That is the lowest spot of visibility that we have in our viewing area this morning. We don't need to worry about freezing fog this morning, though. Temperatures are above the freezing point. Some of the cooler spots, we have Monroe checking in with 34. Juneau and the Dells are at 35. Here in Madison, it's 38 degrees. Now, our forecast is relatively dry today, even though we have clouds in the area. Here's a look at Future Track highlighting the next chance for rain. This is Wednesday at 6:30. You can see a narrow band of precipitation working its way through the area. On the southern side, thanks to a southerly wind tomorrow, it will be warm enough for rain. Now, this precipitation is going to hit after dark, and it will likely stay rain for southern Wisconsin. The Northwoods have the potential for a little bit of snow. There will be a break, though, Thursday morning before more light precipitation returns in the afternoon. Again, it should be warm enough that this precipitation will fall in the form of rain. As we head into Friday, we'll keep our eye on yet another storm system. So you get the idea. A very active week weather-wise, bringing rain into the area on Friday, and that looks like it will continue even into Saturday. So your Future Track precipitation through the rest of this work week is looking like anywhere from a quarter to about a half an inch for most of our viewing area. Slightly higher amounts, though, are possible as you head into central Wisconsin. Our extended forecast, the best news is that we'll be in the upper 50s tomorrow. It will be warmer. Chances for rain, though, pretty widespread as we head through the rest of the week into the upcoming weekend. Next week, though, looking very nice with sunshine and high temperatures in the 60s.
Little stretch of rain first. I think we can get through that.
And then look at next week.
Right.
Yeah. That's going to be worth waiting for.
Yeah.
Yes, looking forward to that sunshine especially.
Light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you, Hattie.
You're welcome.
6:35 now. Local domestic abuse resources are seeing a spike in calls for help amid the coronavirus pandemic.
These close quarters, it's causing a lot of strain and a lot of stress for some people, and experts only expect those calls, sadly, to increase. Our Keely Arthur is live this morning to share why that is and what area shelters are doing to help. Keely?
Good morning, everyone. So 1 in 4 women, 1 in 4 men will be physically or sexually abused at the hands of an intimate partner. And that's when the world is kind of going as normal. Of course, these are not normal times. We are dealing with a pandemic that is, of course, causing financial and emotional stress. All of that, according to experts, leads to more abuse. In fact, people who weren't necessarily abusive before can start to display abusive tendencies during these really critical times. For all those reasons and more, Days Domestic Abuse Intervention Services here in Madison is staying open. They're keeping their call center open. They're keeping their shelters open. They're going to space families apart, though, because of those COVID-19 concerns. Now, this is great news that we're staying open. And that's great news locally, but it's important to note that all areas in our state are just not so lucky.
Some of the smaller programs are really strapped, and it's like if, you know, they may have like only 6 employees, and if those folks get sick and are not able to report to work, then that may create burdens for those programs. And so I also suspect that we're going to see rural populations in Wisconsin probably hit pretty hard by this because there's already a lot of service gaps that we don't necessarily have in Madison and Milwaukee.
Local law enforcement and the National Abuse Hotline, which we have up on our website, are still resources available for people who might not have a shelter near them right now. And there are ways that you can help too. Call call your loved ones, call your neighbors, shoot them a text, maybe do a video chat just to make sure everyone is okay. You can also help by donating. So Days, as was widely reported, was cut from the United Way of Dane County's funding this year. They lost $250,000 worth of funding because of that. They were expecting to make that up during a spring fundraiser, but that has been canceled because of COVID-19. They're going to push that until October, but they are struggling in a lot of different ways, so sending them a few bucks or two can certainly help this amazing cause. I'll send it back to you.
A vital resource now more than ever. Keely Arthur reporting live. Keely, thank you.
6:38 on your Tuesday. UW Health is increasing staff on their digital platform Care Anywhere with lots of success seeing more patients virtually. Doctors work over the phone to figure out if someone has COVID-19 and see if they'll need a test. They'll also work with patients who have pre-scheduled appointments to decide if those can be switched to telehealth.
We're willing to work with you to help decide how urgent or non-urgent your appointment is. And if we can, we would rather provide these digital platforms so that your care can continue in the same manner and pace that it would continue even if we didn't have the COVID-19 pandemic.
Virtual visits, of course, help doctors and patients better follow social distancing guidelines.
The YMCA of Dane County will offer around-the-clock child care for kids of medical professionals and first responders who are responding to the coronavirus pandemic. All 3 YMCA branches in Dane County will start offering the service starting later this week. YMCA employees say they're trying to make it as normal for the children as possible. Staff will sanitize materials and spaces as kids are moved from one space to another. Anyone looking to donate to the YMCA can visit a link on our website, channel3000.com.
And now from the First Warn Traffic Center, let's take a closer look at your roads right now. A closer look at Madison, a couple delays popping up near Park Street on the Beltline, also near Stoughton Road as you head up towards Highway 30 and 151. And a closer look at downtown Madison, you can see a few delays popping up on West Washington, also East Washington Avenue near the Capitol. Wider look now at all of southern Wisconsin. Not too shabby right now. A few delays just south and west of Madison on 151 and a few delays popping up where there's some construction down in Janesville. And a look at your drive times right now, everything in the green. It's going to take you around 25 minutes to get from Janesville to the Beltline and about 12 minutes from Sun Prairie into downtown. All right, time right now, 6:40 on this Tuesday. Let's take a live look outside. We are dealing with a little bit of fog as we wake up this morning. Hattie is going to let us know when that fog clears out and when we can see that sunshine return coming up after the break.
Plus, we are talking about how area hospitals are preparing for a potential shortage of protective gear. That's when News 3 Now This Morning returns. Stay with us.
Get more help with your laundry at the laundry cleanup sale now at the Brothers Maine. Save time and money with the latest in laundry from Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana with 0% financing for up to 18 months. Get even more help with free delivery on washer-dryer pairs and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. That's why we're the More Store. It's the laundry cleanup sale with more selection, more savings, and more help with your laundry. Only at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
RHD Plumbing has the most reliable professionals in the industry, with honesty you can trust to deliver quality products and workmanship, dedicated to being the best. So when you need a plumber for an important upgrade or 24-hour emergency service, call RHD. For your home or business, get the job done right the first time with no surprises. With the reliable, honest, and dedicated plumbing professionals of RHD Plumbing, proudly serving all of Dane County.
When their cry is a different kind of cry.
When you know they're sick, but are afraid to know how sick they really are.
That's when you want answers.
When you need answers.
Because when it's your child,
your baby,
it's different.
This is where you'll find doctors unlike any other doctors, where we treat the untreatable and conquer the seemingly unconquerable. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering Chevy owners complimentary OnStar Crisis Assist services and Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home. It's just our way of doing our part.
Hi.
Hey,
So what are you working on?
I'm in kind of a yard off.
Rob.
Bill.
Follow me.
Make your yard the envy of the block this spring at Lowe's with savings on Craftsman, Scotts, and Honda. So you stay ahead of the pack. Get Miracle Grow All-Purpose Garden Soil for $4.28 every day. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
They're trolling social media right now.
It is really difficult to detect the coordinated effort.
Think you're immune to foreign election interference? Inside the psychological tactics that prove you're not. Thursday on News 3 Now at 10.
Wisconsin voters deserve the truth. I'm News 3 Now's Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
Welcome back at 6:44. We're following some new details in the newsroom this morning. Madison College will be lending some of its ventilators to area hospitals during the coronavirus pandemic. The school will lend 13 ventilators to Meritor Hospital and UW Health after recently donating personal protective equipment to SSM Health and UW Health. New information now, car companies are still months away from starting production on ventilators, even if it's possible. Tesla's CEO Elon Musk says his company is working on ventilators, but didn't specify how long it could take. Right now, companies like GM and Ford haven't started making the medical gear. The Associated Press reports that unless the companies work with unprecedented speed, redirecting those plants to make completely different products will take a long time.
Local hospitals are monitoring personal protective equipment like masks and gloves closely as they work to treat coronavirus patients. UW Health, Meritor, and SSM Health all say they do have enough protective equipment to treat patients for now, but there's still a concern that things can run out if a large surge of patients comes through like we've seen in other countries.
Chart PPE usage very carefully, multiple times per day. We have inventory checks of all of our critical equipment. We are starting to see some loosening of the national stockpile, which will help a little bit.
While it's still available, these hospitals say they're only using medical-grade equipment instead of the homemade masks because it's not clear how effective they are.
Further north, another hospital is looking for homemade masks, and hundreds of people are answering the call. Marshfield Clinic put out a post on social media asking for donations of home-sewn face masks to help with any upcoming shortages that they may face. Well, after putting out that message, clinic employees say the response has been overwhelming.
I'm hoping to get like at least 24 done. It takes me about 15 minutes per mask.
Mary Bixby is one of the nearly 200 people sewing the masks for the clinic. They'll be used for patients and visitors to use for protection, and they will not replace medical-grade masks.
6:46 now. Hattie McLean keeping an eye on our first warn weather on this Tuesday. Boy, Hattie, is that a picture behind you?
Yeah, believe it or not, this is our sky camera shot. The camera up on the tower here at the station completely clouded in this morning. We're not able to see anything. At the ground, it's not quite as bad. Visibility is still better than a couple of miles here in Madison, but it has dropped to about 1.5 miles in Mineral Point. So there is some patchy fog developing across southern Wisconsin. Regardless of the fog situation, it is going to be cloudy this morning. Those clouds overnight kept temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. We're at 38 right now in Madison, Lone Rock, and Boscobel. Mineral Point is at 36. Over the next 12 hours, our temperatures will climb to highs in the upper 40s today. Yesterday's high was 44, in case you're wondering, so it'll be a little bit warmer than that today. Coming up in just a few minutes, though, we'll take a peek ahead at that weekend forecast.
All right. Thank you very much, Hattie.
Thank you, Hattie. 6:47 now, coming up in the morning sprint. If you're hanging on to a big supply of medical masks, the government could come knocking at your door.
But first, it is March 24th, and we want to say happy birthday to Callan, Elowin, and all the kids turning 3 today. Thanks for waking up early and celebrating with News 3 Now this morning.
Cuties.
News 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering Chevy owners complimentary OnStar Crisis Assist services and Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home. It's just our way of doing our part.
Okay then, why do professional builders and remodelers choose nuns? Oh, apparently it's reason number 163, which seems to be that, wow, people really feel it at a nun showroom. And it's not looking like the same experience when shopping online. So why should you choose nuns? Well, isn't it obvious? Nuns, kitchen, bath, and flooring.
Your business is made from your DNA. Your blood, your sweat, your tears. From a gleam in your eye, you gave it what it needed to grow into the pride and joy it has become. You wouldn't dream of letting anything bad happen to it, so you lavish it with love and wrap it in the cozy warmth of the silver lining. Pamper your business with a policy from West Bend.
Only the 5 and Up lineup from Pizza Hut lets you get some of these, a bunch of these, or all of these. Starting at just $5 each when you choose 2 or more. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
You wouldn't accept an incomplete job from anyone else, so why accept it from your allergy pills? Flonase relieves your worst symptoms, which most pills don't. Get all-in-one allergy relief for 24 hours with Flonase.
Feed your family for less with Hy-Vee Mealtime. Delicious meals to go that feed a family of 4 for just $19.99. That's just $5 a person. Try our delicious pasta dinner. Get both lasagna and chicken Alfredo with breadsticks or garlic cheese bread and a 2-liter of Coke. Hy-Vee Chinese with 4 entrees, rice, egg rolls, crab rangoon, and Coke. Or 2 family-sized pizzas, breadsticks, or garlic cheese bread and Coke. Make mealtime easy with Hy-Vee Mealtime to go.
It's here. Instant funding online from SpeedyCash.com. Don't have time to stop by a Speedy Cash store? Get cash now, no matter where you are. Apply for a loan using the Speedy Cash app. If approved, funds apply to your debit card in minutes with instant funding from SpeedyCash.com. Apply now. It's fast. Go to SpeedyCash.com for instant funding today.
East Madison Toyota, conveniently located off I-90 and 151.
Welcome back at 6:50, time for the morning sprint.
And we start this morning with the very latest on the coronavirus here in Wisconsin.
With at least 426 confirmed cases of the coronavirus across the state, Governor Evers will issue a safer at home order today to limit the spread of the virus in Wisconsin. He plans on releasing more details later today, but here's what we know right now. You are expected to stay home and limit your interactions to the same people. You can still go outside to get some fresh air and take trips to the grocery store or pharmacy. People who work in essential services will still be allowed to travel to and from work. The governor is expected to specify who is included in this later today. Iowa County's first reported case is also the most recent one being reported. 70 of the 426 cases are in Dane County alone, with the largest number of positive cases at 204 in Milwaukee County. There have been 5 deaths in the state so far.
When Wisconsin joins the growing list of states implementing stay-at-home orders today, more than 40% of the U.S. population will be affected. 16 other states, including Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, are already under these orders. Other states like Maryland, Nevada, Virginia, and Kentucky are not officially implementing stay-at-home orders, but instead are ordering all non-essential businesses to close.
Senate Democrats and the Trump administration say they are close to a stimulus deal despite another blocked vote. Democrats blocked the bill for the second time yesterday, saying too much aid was going to large corporations and not the people who need it the most. Political reports, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer do expect to have the final agreement in place this morning.
Well, while other places are shutting down, domestic abuse intervention services, also known as DAYS, here in Madison is ramping up. They expect to see a surge in demand simply because when things are problematic, abuse traditionally tends to spike. They're keeping their shelters and call centers open as a result of that. And to give you some context, back during the 08-09 recession, DAYS saw a 108% increase in calls to their helpline. If you or someone you love is in an abusive relationship, we have resources to help up on our website. Susan?
Kelly, thank you. Democratic lawmakers worry that the U.S. Postal Service could be gone by June unless it gets billions of dollars to counteract the impact of the coronavirus. Politico reports the Postal Service has seen a, quote, drastic reduction in mail volume. The potential closure could jeopardize access to mail-order prescription drugs for millions of Americans.
President Trump says he's confident the country will be back open for business in a period of weeks, not months. That goes against the advice of health experts, and it comes about halfway into the federal 15-day period aimed at slowing the spread of the coronavirus. The president tells reporters his administration will decide on next steps once this stretch is over.
Anyone sitting on a large supply of N95 surgical masks can expect a knock on their door soon. President Trump's executive order now makes it illegal to hoard medical supplies with the intention of selling them at an inflated price. Attorney General William Barr says the executive order does not apply to families with large supplies of toilet paper.
I truly hope that everyone that gets one of these masks knows all the care, love, and support that's coming along with it.
Marshfield Clinic is getting sewn masks from their community after putting out a post on social media. It's to help with any upcoming shortages they could face. After putting out the message, clinic employees say the response has been overwhelming. The masks will be used for patients and visitors to use for protection. They will not replace medical-grade masks.
The U.S. will cut aid to Afghanistan by $1 billion and is threatening to cut even more. Politico reports this comes out of Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's visit to Kabul, aimed at ending a dispute between two leaders fighting over their country's presidential election results. The additional cuts could come if the government cannot resolve its differences in order to implement a peace deal with the Taliban.
You have a chance to help out local restaurants who are struggling to feed customers because of coronavirus restrictions. The Great American Takeout is a national challenge, asking anyone who can to order at least one delivery or takeout meal from a local restaurant today. You can spread the word using the hashtag #TheGreatAmericanTakeout.
It is 6:55. Let's take a closer look at your traffic this morning. We start in Dane County, where we're seeing a few delays popping up on 151 and Mount Horeb and Fitchburg as you get into the city. Closer look at Madison in general. A few delays popping up at Stoughton Road and also near Park Street on the Beltline. A look at your drive times right now as you head into the city. It's going to take you around 4 minutes to get from the interstate to John Nolan Drive. And once you get to John Nolan Drive, smooth sailing as you head into downtown Madison. That's your First Warn traffic.
And your weather this morning, you want to make sure you have those lights on. We're not able to see the dome of the Capitol anymore. We have low clouds and some fog across southern Wisconsin. Visibility is down a mile in Madison, now to 4 miles. It's less than 2 miles in Mineral Point. Temperatures will start in the mid-30s this morning, at least above the freezing point. We will climb to highs in the upper 40s this afternoon, so a little bit milder than it was yesterday. Looking ahead to that weekend forecast, highs stay near 50, but there will be several chances for rain in the area.
A big warm-up headed our way, though, Hads. Thank you very much. And thanks for joining us this morning, folks. Stay well out there, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.